Hi guys, I hope that everybody's safe and everybody's surviving this quarantine. But don't forget that we can treat any situation as an opportunity to improve. So today I'm going to share with you my 5 favorite pieces of equipment to help accelerate the process of stretching and developing those high kicks. So let's get into it. Okay, the next great tool for stretching, some kettlebells. These are 8-pound kettlebells. I got them, I think, at Five Below, so they were $5 or less each, so not a very expensive thing. One thing you can do is you can use your belt to tie the kettlebell onto your ankles. Okay, if you have size 8.5 feet like I do, you can just slide your feet right through. But I wouldn't recommend trying that if you have adult-sized feet. Okay, so from here, we're going to simply lay back, scoot our hips all the way up to the wall, and then just relax. So this is just such an easy way to stretch because it doesn't require any effort on your part. Pants stuck. So you can just hang out there, and then over time, little by little, you're just going to slide wider until it goes all the way down. So we're not forcing the stretch, just allowing it to happen. So I'll speed it up, okay? I'll speed it up and I'll show you guys. If I just sit here for 1 minute, what's going to happen. All right, guys, so we're at that 1 minute. And if you notice, the kettlebells are now resting on the floor. I didn't even have to force it or stretch hard or do any real work. So this is one when you have time or you don't really like forcing the stretch. Just relax, put on some music, and I would put the time limit somewhere between 1 and 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, you're gonna start to lose feeling in your legs. Okay, guys, the next handy tool to help us with our stretching is one of these. And what this allows us to do is just slide it over a door like so, and it allows us to practice basically partner stretching without a partner. So we'll just put one of our feet through this loop here and crank it up. Now we could use a lot of different techniques. Today I'm going to be using the side kick, yup chagi. Okay, so we're going to crank it up, try to lock that knee out. Let's really work on building that flexibility. Those high yup chagis. All right, another great piece of equipment. The next piece of equipment is simply going to be your taekwondo belt. Now this has a lot of applications, but today we're going to focus on anyone who might be a little bit stiff in their hamstrings and has difficulty with the different seated stretches. So for example, if we're doing our hurdler stretch here, and we're stretching up and we're reaching over, we can't quite get our hands over, this is such a helpful tool because we can get the same kind of effect. We're still pulling our toes back, we're still getting a chance to pull ourselves down a little bit extra, but we don't have to be able to get to the toes yet. Obviously, we could use this from both legs as well. Next up, we have foam blocks. One of my favorite pieces of equipment, again, has a lot of applications, but today we're going to focus on one in particular that a lot of students who start as adults, particularly men, have difficulty with, and that is building the scissor split. So I'm going to show you what to do if you have a really high scissor split. So my scissor split is way up here. Okay, I have a couple of choices. I can lean down, touch the floor. I can try to make it go wider and have this leg, turn, and my hip position is going to suffer. But in order to get the correct position, in order to feel it more in your hip flexors, we're going to have to get our back straight. So to do that, I'm simply going to hold on to these foam blocks. I'm going to line my back leg up correctly, and then I'm going to try to tuck my hips and get that nice high position. Okay, now let's say that I practiced a little bit, and I'm able to get a little bit wider here. Okay, so as I can get wider, I can just flip the foam box sideways and start to build that flexibility little by little, inch it down. And finally, coming in at number 1, the foam roller. This one I wouldn't even put as an optional piece of equipment. If you're an adult practicing martial arts, I think it's necessary. It will help you to prepare for your kicking practice or recover from a tough day of kicking. Now, if we want to be able to kick day after day after day, this is a game changer. So if you don't have one, get yourself a foam roller. Again, there's many, many ways to use it, so I'm just going to show you 3 that can really loosen up your legs before or after kicking practice. So the first one we're going to do is a hamstring exercise. We're going to put this underneath of our hamstring, lift up your hips like this, and just pick a small spot. Okay, we don't have to roll all the way up and down, just little by little. Okay, roll it back and forth. Now, to feel this a little bit more, we can just double it up. So put more weight on that one leg. And you might want to go over that little bit, sore, stiff spot over and over again. All right. Next, we can simply flip to our sides. So we're going to keep one leg over, kind of crossed here. And we're going to do the exact same thing again. Okay, roll it forward and back. And again, we don't want to go too big, just small spots. Back and forth. And then work your way up. Another spot. Back and forth. All right, and finally, we're going to switch to our bellies. We're going to do it for our quads. Now, for your quads, generally, the higher you get up here, the better it's going to feel, because that's going to be where you're really tight. But again, you can either double it up, or you can try bending your back knee. Okay? So that's it. My 5 favorite pieces of equipment for developing your stretches and hot kicks. I'll see you soon with some more tips.